If you've ordered garment decoration before, you're probably familiar with some of this, but I thought it might be helpful just to run through our recommendations for the different types of garments. So what we'd recommend when branding a t-shirt is to use print. So whether it's cotton, polycotton or man-made fibres, we would, obviously you can have your logo on the chest area, that's very common. We can also do things like putting it on the sleeves, and you may want to go big, something across the chest, or even a really large print on the back. So all that would be done with using print onto the garment. We could include a little tag if you want to do something down there. Polos, really you've got a choice of embroidery, print or tags, but very often polos are embroidered in the chest area. Sometimes we do little bits on the sleeves, and as I mentioned before, if you want to do something, you've got an expensive polo, maybe a golf one or something, and you want to do something quite discreet, then we would put a little tag on the bottom. It's possible to do print and embroidery across the back of the garment, so you can have your messaging across there. Fleeces. Fleeces will always, well, most of the time fleeces are logos on the chest with embroidery. That's because of the fluffiness of a fleece tends to make it not possible to print on, but we can do up here. It's not possible to gain access to do anything on the sleeve, but of course we can go across the back, or even just call out with your web address across the back there, all in embroidery. Soft shell, quite often they come with a coating, and we just need to be conscious of when we're pressing the printed area, we're not getting any show through from any of the meshing, and we would just go with print for that. Same areas on the back. With waterproof jackets, definitely not using embroidery. We don't want to puncture so that any rain goes through into the person's clothing. So again, we would use print with that. You can go as big as you want really on the back generally with this, and again we can do sleeves. With shirts, you can do embroidery. Again, we're doing sleeves, chests. Sometimes we do a little call out there. If you want to be showing just a tiny little piece, we could, if the shirt opens up with the buttons here, we can probably gain access to do something on that. But if you wanted to just hide it away, we can do a little tag here or some kind of embellishment down the buttons. Hoodies and sweatshirts, combination really of how much you would like to go for, how thick the material is. We're going to do the chest. We're not able to do the sleeve quite so low down, but we can do the sleeve further up. Again, embroidery or print, depending if it's the texture of the fibres. Knitwear really is the best with embroidery. We're getting some really nice effects with that. What we quite like to do as well is take your logo and just take an element of it, maybe just the first letters, a monogram, or your icon of your logo, then we can create a nice brand identity doing something for you with the knitwear. And body warmers, whether they're the insulated type, we would take a view really on the type of product you've got, where it would fit in relation to how the stitching's done for the insulation. So we can embroider, it does look quite good. However, if you're going to be outside, and again we don't want the moisture travelling through, we might consider doing that in print. And the same with the coats actually. So if it's got a coating, you want it to be waterproof, we'd go print. It does look quite nice with the puffiness to have it embroidered as well. So we'll just look at some examples and show you what's best with that. And if you're going for the blazers, or we tend to do mostly really tiny little embellishments, maybe a little bit of stitching up here. You might want a badge, or just some little call outs of colours and things which pull into your corporate identity.